All right, so we finished up with vectors. We are now starting the last topic that we're going to have for pre-calculus, which is going to be parametric equations. Parametric equations, by definition, is you're going to have two sets of equations that share a common variable. So you're going to have something in the x direction, something in the y direction, and it's going to be related by another variable, which more often than not is going to be time, but it doesn't have to be. It could be force. It could be a lot of different things. This is used a lot in physics. They don't call it parametric equations, but it is parametric equations. So, let's see. So, let's just dive in. And let's say I give you an equation x equals 3t squared and y equals 2t. And we've got negative 2 is less than or equal to t, which is less than or equal to 2. And we want to graph this. Well, first things first, this right here is a set of parametric equations. The parameter is t, because that's what they have in common, is t. This is going to be the x value in terms of t, and this is the y value in terms of t. So we can actually graph this on the xy plane. The way that we want to do this is we're going to go back to algebra and we're going to create a chart. So I'm going to have a chart for t. I'm going to go from negative 2. T does not represent time in this because we can't have a negative time, but t is just an unknown quantity. Negative 2, negative 1, 0, 1, 2. I'm going to do an x, a y, and then I'm going to do an x comma y point. All right, that's pretty straightforward. So I'm just going to take negative 2 and I'm going to plug it into each one of these. So negative 2 squared is 4. 4 times 3 is 12. And then negative 2 times 2 gives me negative 4. So my point is going to be 12, negative 4. Same thing for negative 1. I'm going to get 3 and negative 2. Put 0 in, I'm getting 0, 0. Let's see, if I put 1 in, I'm going to get 3 and what does this become? 2. And then this becomes 12 and 4. So I've got 0, 0, 3, 2, and 12, 4. So when I graph this, I've got my 0, 0. I've got, let's see, negative 1. Well, I've got 3, 3. So 3 and 3. But I have a negative 2 and a 2. And then I've got 12, and I've got a positive 4 and a negative 4. So this, if you recognize from conics, is a parabola on its side. All right, now we can actually convert this. I can actually find the equation of this conic in terms of like the conics that we're used to seeing. So the way we're going to do that is fairly straightforward. So let me clean this up, and let's come in and let's figure out what the rectangular equation for this actually is. All right, so I've kind of cleaned it up, and we know that my graph looks something like this. We know from conics that this should be something like y minus k squared equals 4p x minus h. Well, we know that this was 0, 0, so this is going to be 0 and this is going to be 0. But let's use these and convert this. So when I'm done, I should have a y squared. That would make sense to me based on the graph I have because it's a conic that's a right facing. And I may get a number in front, but it has to be positive because it's right facing. So I already know that. So when we're done, it should make sense. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to treat this like a system of equations. And I'm going to play the substitution game. I'm going to solve for t because they both have t. So I'm going to say y equals 2t, therefore t can equal y divided by 2. Easy enough. Well, I know what t equals here, so I can actually plug it in. X equals 3 times y divided by 2 squared. Well, my squared goes to both, so I'm going to get x equals 3y squared over 4, which now gives me x equals 3/4 y squared. Hey, that looks like this. Considering this is 0, this is 0, my 4p, I could get that. So from parametric, I can turn around and ask you what the focus and directrix is. Because if you get it into this form, you can find the focus and directrix by finding your 4p. But I'm not going to, but I could if I wanted to. So fairly straightforward how to graph it. Just make a table and get your xy's coordinates, plot them, sketch a smooth curve, and then if I want to actually find the equation of the rectangular system, solve for t, and plug in. Now let's look at a different example that's a little more complex. It's going to have trigonometry in it. Hi, I'm Mr. Buzzer, and these videos are supplemental instruction for my students. If you found the video enjoyable, make sure you click the like button and click subscribe, as well as the bell for notifications to receive future videos on high school mathematics.